Hello, everyone, and welcome to our today's podcast. I am Rizwan Sadiki from QDot, and today we are going to discuss something every business must consider: business continuity management, or BCM. Specifically, we will dive into two key standards: NCEMA 7000 2021 and ISO 22301. These standards are essential for organizations looking to stay resilient during crisis, ensuring their operations continue even when unexpected events happen. I recently conducted training on this topic and I thought it would be valuable to share these insights with you today. Whether you are in charge of a small business or a large corporation, by the end of this podcast, you will understand the importance of BCM and how these standards help companies recover quickly for. In fact, we will be looking at some real world examples of businesses' failures during disasters to see how BCM could have made a difference. Before we dive in, I want to remind you that business continuity management is not only about responding to emergencies, it's about planning for potential disruptions long before they happen. Organizations that invest in BCM become resilient, reducing not only the operational and financial impacts, but also building trust and stakeholders, employees, customers, and partners alike. As always, let me remind you to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to see similar content in the future, and don't forget to share the episode with your colleagues who might find it interesting. You can also use the comments section for a two-way interaction with us if you want to add something to our knowledge base regarding the podcast topic, or suggest improvements for future podcasts, or simply provide general feedback about our podcast series. We would love to hear from you. What is business continuity management, or simply BCM? BCM is a framework that helps organizations identify potential risks, both in internal and external, and ensures that they can continue operating during a crisis. The framework includes four key elements. Number one, risk assessment. Number two, business impact analysis, or BIA. Number three, recovery strategy. And number four, incident response. Each of these plays a crucial role in keeping the business running smoothly during disruptions. Whether it's a system failure, natural disaster, or a cyber attack, when we talk about risk assessment, it's more than just identifying obvious threats like natural disasters or technological failures. In today's interconnected world, organizations must consider everything from supply chain vulnerabilities to geopolitical risks. For instance, the COVID 19 pandemic caught many companies off guard, highlighting that BCM must also account for long term disruptions that go beyond traditional scenarios. Let's take an example of a natural disaster. In 2011, the Tohoku earthquake and tsunami in Japan led to massive disruption.
All across northern Japan, they felt it. A violent magnitude 9.0 earthquake on March 11, 2011. It was centered about 80 miles offshore, and tsunami warnings went up immediately. In coastal cities, people knew what to do next: run to higher ground. It's from these vantage points on hills and in tall buildings that incredible footage was captured. In Kesanuma, people retreated to a high-rise rooftop and could only watch in horror as tsunami waves inundated their city, knocking buildings into rubble and mixing into a kind of tsunami soup filled with vehicles, building parts, and contents. Seawater cascaded over sea walls and into cities. This video shows the water rushing over an 18-foot seawall into Kamaishi City. The seawall here was the world's deepest and largest, but not enough for the magnitude of the March 11 disaster. It was the largest quake ever known in Japan, and one of the 5 largest recorded in the world. More than 28,000 people are confirmed dead or missing. When two tectonic plates push together under the sea, the resulting earthquake sends an enormous burst of energy up through the ocean, displacing enormous quantities of water. With the upward motion, a series of waves expands in all directions. In deep water, these waves travel fast, up to 500 miles an hour, but only reach a height of a few feet. A passing ship might not even notice. But as the waves enter shallow waters, friction with the ocean floor lowers the wave's speed, but raises their height. This video is from a Japan Coast Guard ship confronting a tsunami wave in shallow water on March 11. And a rare view from the air, video of a tsunami wave approaching the shoreline. In Japan, some tsunami waves reached as far as 3 miles inland. Japan may be the most seismologically studied country in the world, and with more than 1,200 high-precision GPS stations, a geophysicist at the University of Alaska used the data to create a visualization of the March 11 quake. The waves of displacement that you see were moving as fast as 5 miles per second. In this photo, the ripples of tsunami waves are seen moving upstream in the Naka River at Hitachi-Naka City. New technology left an enormous amount of visual evidence for study in years to come, and can perhaps help us better understand the power of earthquakes and tsunamis and prevent loss of life in the future.
One of the major car manufacturers had to shut down productions for months because their supply chain was destroyed. Factories and suppliers were not operational due to lack of preparedness, resulting in billions of dollars in losses. In such cases, BCM would have ensured that contingency plans were in place to switch to alternative suppliers or operational sites while minimizing downtime. Now, let's talk about NCEMA 7000-2021. This standard was developed by National Emergency, Crisis and Disasters Management Authority of the UAE, which is also known as NCEMA. NCEMA is the regulatory body responsible for setting the standards for crisis management in the UAE. And NCEMA 7000-2021 is the UAE's national standard for business continuity management. What's interesting about NCEMA 7000-2021 is that it is designed specifically for organizations operating in the UAE, making it highly relevant to industries that are critical to the UAE economy, such as oil and gas, finance, and infrastructure. This standard addresses the unique risk environment of the region, from extreme weather to geopolitical factors. The main goal of NCEMA 7000-2021 is to help organizations minimize disruptions during crisis, maintain critical operations, and recover quickly. In April 2024, a severe rainstorm led to widespread flooding across the UAE, disrupting infrastructure, transportation, and business operations.
Dubai, Uni Arab Emirates, April 16, 2024.
أوضح.
Heavy rains caused flooding and blocked streets in some areas of Dubai, United Arab Emirates on Tuesday. Cars were trapped in standing water as drainage systems were unable to cope with the downpour. The Emirate National Center of Meteorology issued a weather warning for many cities in the UAE. The rains began overnight, leaving massive ponds on streets as sweeping winds disrupted flights at Dubai International Airport, the world's busiest for international travel and the home of the long-haul carrier Emirates. Schools are the country largely shut before the storm and government employees were working remotely if able. Many workers stayed home as well, though some ventured out with the unfortunate stalling out their vehicles in the deeper than expected water covering some roads.
Companies that had implemented a business continuity management system in line with NCEMA 7000-2021 were better prepared. They activated their contingency plans, shifted operations to backup locations, or switched to remote work, significantly reducing downtime and losses. In contrast, companies without proper plans in place faced severe operational delays and financial losses. By having compliance to NCEMA 7000-2021, businesses will find themselves better prepared for this kind of crisis and can bounce back quickly to restore normal operations. While NCEMA 7000-2021 is focused on the UAE, ISO 22301 is the international standard for business continuity management. It is recognized globally and provides a framework for managing businesses' continuity risks no matter where your businesses operate. So how do these two standards work together? NCEMA 7000 provides a local UAE specific approach, while ISO 22301 complements it with a global perspective, helping organizations align their BCM programs with international best practices. This combination ensures that companies can manage risks at local and global level. What makes ISO 22301 particularly valuable is that it allows businesses to standardize their approach to business continuity, which is crucial for companies operating in multiple countries. By adopting a global standard like ISO 22301, organizations can integrate their BCM across different locations and regions, ensuring consistent crisis responses. Let's look at an example from 2017. The global WannaCry ransomware attack crippled organizations worldwide, including major healthcare services. Some companies were unable to restore their data or systems for days because they had not established adequate RTO and RPO measures. In contrast, businesses with strong BCM frameworks, including ISO 22301, were able to restore systems quickly and minimize damage.
The WannaCry ransomware attack was a worldwide cyber attack in May 2017 by the WannaCry ransomware cryptorm, which targeted computers running the Microsoft Windows operating system by encrypting data and demanding ransom payments in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency. It was propagated by using Eternal Blue, an exploit developed by the United States National Security Agency, NSA, for Windows systems. Eternal Blue was stolen and leaked by a group called the Shadow Brokers a month prior to the attack. While Microsoft had released patches previously to close the exploit, much of WannaCry's spread was from organizations that had not applied these, or were using older Windows systems that were past their end of life. These patches were imperative to cybersecurity, but many organizations did not apply them, citing a need for 24/7 operation. the risk of formerly working applications breaking because of the changes, lack of personnel or time to install them, or other reasons. The attack began at 7:44 UTC on 12 May 2017 and was halted a few hours later at 15:03 UTC by the registration of a kill switch discovered by Marcus Hutchins. The kill switch prevented already infected computers from being encrypted or further spreading WannaCry. The attack was estimated to have affected more than 300,000 computers across 150 countries with total damages ranging from hundreds of millions to billions of dollars.
Imagine a scenario where a company experiences a major cyber attack, halting operations. Thanks to their business continuity plan developed in line with NCEMA 7000 and ISO 22301, the company would quickly activate its incident response team. The team would conduct a business impact analysis to assess the criticality of each function and then apply recovery strategies to restore critical operations within the designated RTO. To illustrate this further, let's imagine a major power outage. In 2003, the Northwest blackout in the US and Canada affected over 50 million people.
August 14th, 2003. The largest city in America is switched off at 4:11 p.m. Office workers pour into the streets, traffic lights go out, and gridlock grips the city.
How would you describe traffic in the city right now?
Chaos. Complete chaos.
Firefighters would rescue thousands stranded in elevators.
Is there anybody passed out on that train?
While thousands more would be stranded 2 stories underground after the entire New York City subway system lost power. They inched their way along the grimy walls, staggering through the tunnels in near total darkness.
The line of passengers stretches for more than 200 yards through the subway tunnel, and here is where the train came to a grinding, screeching halt.
It was just the not knowing, if we had been told it would be 2 hours and the fire department on their way, it'd be fine, but it just got hotter and hotter and I didn't know what was happening.
400 trains would be stranded that night. With no way to get home, suburban commuters slept on the steps of the Midtown Post Office on a long, dark, sweltering night. The cause was traced to a power company in Ohio, where operators failed to control a minor blackout before a surge in power overwhelmed the regional power grid.
It caused certain other systems to be overpowered, so they started shutting down automatically, and it happened very quickly.
Within minutes, power was out from eastern Canada to Michigan, Ohio, and onto Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, and up into New England. In New York, the blackout lasted just over 24 hours. There were very few instances of looting, and many New Yorkers tried to make the best of it. It would be several more hours before the trains were running again.
Businesses without BCM plans were completely in the dark, literally and figuratively. However, businesses with business continuity plans in place could switch to backup generators or alternate sites, reducing their downtime and impact. Okay. Implementing BCM is not without its challenges. Many organizations struggle with lack of awareness, resource constraints, and resistance to change. Consider an internal crisis like a mass resignation or labor strike. Without a strong BCM in place, operations could come to a complete halt. With a continuity plan, the businesses can activate temporary solutions like, for example, outsourcing or automating critical tasks to ensure that operations continue despite workforce issues. But there are solutions. Companies can overcome these challenges by ensuring leadership commitment to allocate resources and provide support, conducting regular trainings to raise awareness, and continuously updating their business continuity plans to reflect new risks or changes in operations. To summarize, business continuity management is essential for keeping your operations resilient in the face of disruptions. By following NCEMA 7000 2021 for local compliance and ISO 22301 for international best practices, businesses ensure they are prepared for any crisis. Let's end with one final example. A global company relies heavily on a single supplier for critical components. One day, the supplier suddenly declare bankruptcy. Without a BCM plan, this would halt production entirely. However, with BCM, the company would have alternate suppliers identified in advance, allowing operations to continue with minimal impact. Remember, the key to BCM is number one, identifying risks, number two, analyzing the impacts of disruptions, number three, setting recovery goals like RTO and RPO, recovery time objective and recovery point objective, and finally, the fourth one, developing a plan that ensures critical operations can be restored quickly. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this podcast helpful, make sure to check out our YouTube channel at Q Dot for more insights into business continuity, ISO standards, and resilience strategies. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us for more informative content on management systems, business continuity, and related other ISO standards. We'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much.